you know who you are? Do you know what day it is? I'm crocheting, and Connor's out there barking up a storm because I got the door open. The sun's shining. Birds at the bird feeder again today. And I've got all the library books in their bag to be set out by the gate. Have a hook out there where I can hang my bag with my books, and they come and get the books and bring me new books to read. Yeah, so I'm excited about getting those today. And my daughter came Sunday, and we had a nice visit. So all is going well. So I don't know what you guys are up to, if you're preparing and still shopping, maybe for Christmas. You know, Christmas is going to be here before we know it. Today, Connor, that is enough barking. Come here. Come here, Connor. Come here. I'm sorry. Connor, he's feeling so good. You know, his eye is healing up, and he's feeling his oats, so he's starting to bark again. Not that he ever really stopped, but when he was in pain, of course, he was not. He was pitiful. I just couldn't understand it, but he's doing very, very well. And so I was watching this morning on TV. I was washing dishes. Got me this new dishwashing soap. Oh, and it smells so good. It smells like hibiscus. No, not hibiscus. What is the smell? Rosemary. Oh, my gosh. When you wash dishes, it just makes you feel so good. I don't know why. The smell is very nice. Very nice. And I made me a good omelet today. Oh, with spinach and fried mushrooms. Oh, a little bit of cheese. You know, eggs, of course. And I had you put it in a flour tortilla. It was really hit the spot with a cup of coffee and some lemon juice. I'm still drinking that lemon juice, but I still want to put sugar in it because I like lemonade. I like eating it. Connor, will you please shut up? Come here. Come here. No, come here. Connor, come here. I may have to shut this video off. I don't know. All right, come on in here and sit down in my lap. Come on. He don't want you to sit on my lap. He'd rather be out there barking so I can bark at him. I'm saying, be quiet, be quiet. But anyway, what was I talking about? I don't know if when I'm talking, he thinks I'm talking to him or what's going on here. But he just refuses to listen to me when he starts barking like that. And I can't do a video if he's barking like that. It's just really hard. And I know it's aggravating for y'all. It's gotta be. Connor. I may have to start this all over again. I don't know. But anyway, I'm working on this one today. I finished the blue one with the white. And I had given some yarn to a niece of mine because she's a crocheter, but she's allergic to the yarn. She says the smell of the yarn and she itches all over with this yarn. I'm thinking, really? And I think it's all the same yarn. You know, I don't know what she's talking about. But anyway, I asked her if if she's not going to use it, just return it to me because I can put it in with this one because it's that pink color. And I thought, well, I'll go ahead and make this large enough that it'll be just the right size for covering up. Yeah. Well, anyway. You know, all these things, I haven't made a scarf yet. I need to get Bonnie to spur me on to make a scarf. Oh, Bonnie, you still making scarves? Or you been busy with those cats and stuff? You know, my daughter sent me a picture of a crochet pattern. Well, it's not a pattern. It's a picture. It's on TikTok. And it's sort of, she thought it was very unique, but I think crochet crowd. I think Mikey did one where it's like the hat, and then it's a turtleneck, and then you can drop the hood. No, it's a hood, not a hat. A hood that goes back, and it's got a sort of a scarf kind of thing here. I don't know. It's sort of a combination of everything crocheted, but it looks like it's in parts, and then you put together parts or parts. Anyway, I was thinking, yeah, I don't know if I want to mess with anything like that, but she liked it. So I may put it up so y'all can look at it, but it's on TikTok. Some kind of crochet hat. And that's funny. I don't go to TikTok. It wears me out. I mean, my whole day can go by, and I haven't seen anything but weird people on TikTok. I mean, just ridiculous, some of that stuff. Now, I don't know that if they're actually funny. I think they're supposed to be funny and intellectually sound, and in the minutes they're doing that. But I guess I'm just not TikTok. That's all there is to it. I'm not TikTok. I'm still having trouble putting up a short video. I can't even do that, I just like to talk too much and feel like I'm not by myself. Like today, I haven't seen anybody today at all, and probably won't. Not unless my sister pops in. And the library lady, she'll come when I'm taking a nap, and she'll just come to the front gate out there and put the new bag there with the books in it. So today you're getting all the conversation. Which is the way it happens sometimes, isn't it? Oh, I gotta tell you a story. Oh my gosh, I gotta tell you this story. I don't know if I have enough time. Sort of late in the video. Let's see. I don't even know how to get in that story. In fact, I don't know if I'm going to. But yes, I will. I'll go ahead and see if I can work it in. Okay, I was working downtown Little Rock on the second level of the church there, First United Methodist Church, and my office was at the end of the building, so I could just see out and see downtown Little Rock. And it was a beautiful place for me to work. I really liked working there. But every morning when I came to work, parked my car, I always carpooled, came into my office, went down the coffee room, made my coffee, come back and sit and had my coffee and get the day started, And the first time I noticed this lady was one of those, where I'd switched my chair around and I was getting coffee and I was thinking about something, how you do. And I saw her walking down the street and I was thinking, oh, that poor lady doesn't have any shoes on. I said, that is really sad, It wasn't fall yet, it wasn't cool yet, but I mean, it was just beginning that change of season. Well, the next day, I saw her again, walking right by the hotel, by Horn's men's shop, right there on, on the street level. And I could see her. She had shoes on that day. Then the next day, I saw her. The next day I saw her. So as, weeks went by, I saw her less and less and less. And I thought, well, she's either got a job somewhere real close, but she looks like she could be someone that was she was just down on her luck, it looked like. But she looked like she had a job, because she always carried a lunch bag with her in her purse. And she wore an apron, and she wore slacks, socks, tennis shoes, and nothing really matched, but she always wore the same colored apron, which was a dark, dark blue apron. And then as the weather got cooler, of course, you could still see she wore the basic same outfit, you know, with the same apron. So now, no matter if you put a jacket on or a sweater on or a long coat or a raincoat or whatever, or umbrella, she wore that blue apron. Well, this one morning I came in late. I had a doctor's appointment, so I came into the office late, and I had missed seeing her that day. And everybody was telling me about this lady who was hit by a car. Yes, it was her. And the write-up in the paper was just a little thing in the paper that I read several days later. And she was a homeless lady. And she mainly stayed at the library, which was right around the corner in Louisiana from the church there. She would go in there and read or whatever she did, you know. And then during the day, she would go down to the soup kitchen down at the Presbyterian Church. You know, she had her own little lifestyle, you know, of what she did. But she went by my window every morning. And I felt sort of sad, you know. I had seen her all this time, and all of a sudden she gets hit by a car. And they said she was hit on 6th and Louisiana, I think it was. And she had just got off the bus and was stepping off the bus, and something flew. This is why they said, lady killed while she was chasing a piece of paper. Something like that. And the wind caught it and blew it. She probably ran out in the street to get it, and somebody hit her. Well, it stayed on my mind and stayed on my mind. And I worked at a lot of mission groups and volunteered a lot. Lung associations, you know. I was just busy taking care of people. And I was thinking, how come the only time I saw that lady is when she was walking? You know, I go to the library, it was right around the corner when they had the library sales or when they got rid of the books and stuff. You know, I was there. I should have seen her in that library, which is before they built the new one, you know. And I felt so guilty that I decided that this is over the top and I should never have done this. But in the mornings, when if I brought something in for my breakfast from McDonald's or toast, or I would bring an extra breakfast muffin or whatever, you know. And I would get out of my car and I would stand on the corner of Louisiana and Center Street, Little Rock. And I'd stand there with my sandwich just to see if somebody came by and needed something to eat. And if they didn't, I'd take it in and give it to one of my co-workers, you know. Well, nobody ever came by that I could give them a sandwich or anything like that, you know, that they weren't already on a mission or not the person I'm searching for. So I guess I was being too picky. So the minute after doing that for quite a while, I decided I would just buy the bananas and apples as I come to work at the intersections, because people would stand on the corners and sell bananas and apples. And I would buy some, you know, and bring them to work. And so I started doing that. So at the same time, I was still thinking about this lady. Now, this lady had died and you know, all this kind of stuff. Well, I was down at the First Church, which is in the same building where the bishop's office and everything downtown were back in the day. And I was collecting paperwork or apportionment payments or something, I can't remember. And this lady was in meeting with the pastor of the church. And they were in the office not far from where I was. And I could hear the lady, and she said, I need to, we need to bury this lady. They were going about, she doesn't have any money, but she doesn't have any family, and we've got to figure out some kind of solution. And it fell on this lady's lap who was there. Yes, you know what's going to happen, don't you? So, of course, I wave at them as I go by the office, which you don't do when they're in an office conference or anything. But the preacher, he said, come on in, and I did. And he said, I want you to meet so-and-so, so-and-so. And I met this lady. Well, she was with Heifer Project. And it was back, this was in 74, 75. I don't know, something like that. And she was telling me about this lady. Well, this lady, come to find out, the lady I had seen all the time, she was walking to Heifer Project. And she would help with the chickens and stuff, And because she would, I got what she did, volunteer, some kind of volunteer work, and she always wore an apron. And so I asked the lady, I said, you mean she always wore an apron? And I'm going on, and I said, was she killed on the say or that? And come find out it was this lady. They were trying to figure out what to do, and that was when Heifer Project was just starting. It was really getting, it was just a little tiny building downtown Little Rock. And they also had a little farm, like a farm where they had donkeys and chickens and goats, and they'd ship them overseas to the Philippines and different places. It's now Heifer Project International, but anyway. So, what really, it hooked me up with the Heifer Project, in which I was very much involved for quite a while, until probably I retired. Yeah, until I retired. Of course, by then, Heifer Project has a huge international building downtown Little Rock by the President Clinton Library on the river. But I can remember it was through that lady with the apron who worked at Heifer Project that I saw every day that was killed, had pulled me into Heifer Project International. And so you wonder sometimes how life works. It's just like we were talking about Agatha Christie, and her detective Poirot, Hercule Poirot. And she used her experience with the Belgian soldiers during the war, and that's how she cultivated this detective. So I do believe anything that happens to you in life, you never know where it's going to lead you. Mine was starting with an apron. But the first time I saw her, she had no shoes. And I remember it just as clear as I could be. But you know what? I cannot remember what she looked like. I don't remember her face. I don't remember how she wore her hair. I can tell you that she wore an apron. And she went by every day. Every day. I volunteered for Heifer International for 50 years, I guess, something like that. Maybe 40. But it was an extraordinary, it was an interfaith group where the Presbyterians, the Catholics, every denomination was involved in this international Heifer Project, helping people all over the world with their water projects, their animals, to help people become self-sustainable in Africa, India, wherever that service needed. But I would never have known about that. I mean, my life experience from that had made me grow into a different kind of person. And it's funny because it was just flowing there through an apron. So don't ever doubt when you see somebody in an apron, what in the heck's going on if they're wearing an apron? No, not really. But it is a true story. And oh, let's see now that I'm talking about bored you silly with that. Let's remember that you are special. Look at you. You're special, special, special. And later today, I'm going to read the cards that the initial cards I got from the kids and do a short video on that, if you can imagine a short video. But remember, God has you in the palm of his hand. Even you, Susan. Going through your surgery, it's going to be all right. The rest of you, I give you hugs. And remember that we're all in this great big old world together. And we have to remember we need to pray for each other. Now, y'all continue on with your lives, and I'm going to say goodbye for today, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.